Okay guys, so today we're going to be doing this look. It's just a red bronzy eye and a bold lip. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to prime my eyes with MAC's Laying Low Paint Pot. I think this is the perfect color for my skin tone. I know a lot of people really love soft ochre, but I feel like that's a little bit too light for what I'm wanting to achieve. And Painterly is definitely more pinky based, so it's great for a fairer skin tone. So I'm just blending this out. The next thing I'm going to take is this Bobbi Brown moisturizer. It really absorbs oil. So I'm really packing this on. It smells really good. It smells like oranges. And as you guys can see, I'm really pushing that into my skin. I want to make sure that it absorbs really well. The next thing I'm doing is I'm taking this Dr. Brandt Pores No More. And I'm going to be using this more or less on my cheek, chin, and nose area. I have some larger pores there, but I really want to make sure that it absorbs any oil and that my skin looks really smooth. For today's look, I'm going to be using the Becca Ombre Rouge palette, and it's one of my favorite palettes. I'm taking the lightest shade in this palette in MAC 224, and I'm just going to use that to set my primer or my eye base. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm taking the second darkest shade in this palette, which is a really beautiful caramel brown, and using the same brush, I'm just going to start placing that into my crease. This is going to work as my transition shade, and it's so pretty. It just adds warmth to any eye. Now I'm going in with the darkest shade in this palette, and I'm using the same brush, the 224, and I'm just adding that into the crease just for a little bit more definition. And now, the star of the show. This is Kevyn Aucoin's, it's like a gel-based eyeshadow, and the color is Titan, T-I-T-I-A-N, and I'm using a MAC 239. And as you guys can see, I start off by placing the color onto the lid, and I'm using patting motions, but I'm also diffusing that product so that it blends out to the outer corner, and then we'll just go ahead and layer some more to really build the intensity. And with the edge of the brush, like always, I'm carving the shape of my eye, which will really help just keep everything really crisp and defined. Again, I'm going in with that really beautiful caramel warm brown, and I'm using the same brush, the 224, and I'm just using that to really blend back and forth to get, again, a very soft, smoky finish. And now I'm using MAC's Emphasize and a MAC dual fiber brush, and I'm using that as my brow highlight. I wanted something that was very soft and that wouldn't take too much away from the look. And my favorite kohl liner, this is MAC's Costa Riche, and I'm using that to line my lower lash line. And we'll go ahead and blend that out later, but I absolutely love this shade. It's just a beautiful reddish brown liner, and it's so easy to blend out. It's perfect. And now we are going to apply NARS Skin Tint in St. Moritz, and I'm just taking a flat foundation brush. This one is, I believe, by Crown Brush. I'm not really sure of the brand, but I'm just using this to really blend everything out and get coverage. As you guys can see, this stuff is amazing. It is very full coverage. And now I'm taking Deeply Damson by MAC, and I'm using a pencil brush, and now we're going to diffuse our lower lash line. I'm just literally taking that to set that liner and make sure that it does not transfer onto my lower eye area. And now I'm taking MAC's, I'm drawing a blank, MAC's Match Master Concealer, and this is in the number 2. I'm literally taking that and I'm going to blend that out with a brush, but I'm just placing it first so that I can get a really crisp, clean under eye. So it'll also help clean up any fallout. As you guys can see, I'm taking my brush and I'm just pushing that into where I want my coverage. And there it is, a beautiful, bright under eye. My favorite. Now this foundation, this bronzer is one of my favorites. It's the Makeup Forever, and it's in the shade 30M. I normally use this when I'm a little bit darker, but being that my eyes are definitely smoky, I wanted to really add some depth to the skin or my face. I really wanted to make sure that I had warmth and that it was very chiseled and contoured, so I went with the darker shade. Normally I wear 20M, So as you guys can see, I've added a slight contour, but I'm also taking that to the outer perimeters of my face to add some warmth under the jawline, and then I will definitely blend that out into my neck. I love this brush for that. It's a MAC 135. And now, my favorite. This is the Pat McGrath highlighter. It's the iridescent pink one, and I'm using the brush that came with the kit. It's so pretty. It's just, it adds fun. You know, it's a iridescent pink. It's definitely very obvious and in your face, but the brush does help to kind of soften that. So it's very pretty, as you guys can see. So we're just taking that and we're adding it to the high points of our face, under the brow, and just really blend it out so that it looks very even and soft. For my cheeks, I'm taking this Tarte blush. It's just a soft pink. I'm not really sure what the name of it is, but I'll list it down below. And I'm using my MAC 137 brush, and I'm literally just taking that and blending it into my bronzer and also making sure that it blends into that highlight. And that is what we look like so far. Not bad, right? So, of course, we have to bake. With this skin tint by NARS, you really want to make sure that you set it. So I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm going to be using my MAC 133 brush, which is a flat paddle shaped brush. It's very soft, but I'm going to heavily pack this product under my eyes and really all over my face. So it's really going to help the makeup stay on longer, and it's going to keep it from moving. I love the NARS skin tint, but I will tell you guys that it does move. It will transfer, and it's a little bit difficult to spread or to apply with a brush. Even a beauty blender, I just feel like it's kind of streaky and patchy. It doesn't apply evenly, so you really want to make sure that you have the time to work with this product, honestly. So as you guys can see, I'm just taking this powder and I'm heavily placing it all over my face. And if you haven't tried this powder, you need this in your life. And there it is, a very matte skin, and it looks really pretty. Everything just looks really flawless and smooth. For my lips, I'm going to be using Vino by Sephora. This is one of their gel liners, and it's so pretty. I'm sorry, it's not Vino, it's Wino. It's very pretty. It blends out like a lipstick. It's just everything. It's so easy to use. And that's it, guys. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any requests, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.